Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to my channel. For those of you that are new, I'm Monet, and for those of you that aren't, welcome back. Today I'm pretty excited because I have a lot of products that I haven't gotten a chance to use or try out yet, and they've kind of just been sitting on my makeup table, so I thought we could do a first impressions video to try those products out and see how we feel about them. So there is a good mix between like drugstore and high-end products. You may have noticed that this is a little bit different filming setup. I was just kind of bored with the background. I can get a different background, so I'm planning on maybe doing that and kind of switching them out. But for right now, I kind of just wanted to switch it up a little bit, and this is the new filming setup for at least this video. I didn't have a brow product to do a first impression on, so my brows are already done with my Anastasia Dip Brow. If you guys have brow products that you really like, let me know. I kind of want to try some new brow products. I'm kind of over my brows right now. They're also not the cutest thing to ever have happened today. So if you want to see my first impressions video and my opinion on these products, then keep watching. Alright, so I did already moisturize my face. I am pretty dry right now, so I did use an oil, and that would be the Tarte Maracuja oil. I will go in with a primer later. But first, we're just going to start off with the eyes. My first product that I have not tried yet and I am super excited about is this Shape Tape eye primer. So, of course, we all know I'm a huge fan of Shape Tape, so let's see how this eye primer works out. Just going to draw on the eye there. I do love eye primers that cancel out color, which you've probably seen in my past videos, so hopefully we'll like this guy. Okay, so definitely canceled out some color, which is nice. Feels soft, blended out really easily. We will see how it holds up as far as holding makeup on. Okay, so for eyes, this is one of the ones I'm definitely most excited about, or just, I guess, interested to see. A lot of you have probably seen on YouTube about the brand or the website Hush, and it's a bunch of kind of almost like knockoff palettes of high-end palettes. I don't really know how I feel about that. I actually think it's kind of crappy, but I'm not going to get too into that on this video. I might do a comparison video on two other palettes that I do have, but for today I am going to use the Inferno palette. This is obviously a kind of take on the Naked Heat palette. I did not end up buying the Naked Heat palette, which is really actually different for me because I love warm tones and stuff, but this is actually really pretty, so I'm excited to see how it works. And I have used Urban Decay's shadows before, so I do know the quality, so we'll see how this lives up to that. Of course, the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette retails for $54, and I got this guy for $10. So I guess we'll see how this works. I don't really know what kind of look I'm going to do with it, but we're just going to kind of jump into it and see what we can do. Okay, so as you may or may not know, I always like to set my eye primer in with a shadow that's kind of skin tone, so I'm going to use this Baked shade for that. Put that all over the lid. Then I'm going to take Glow, and I'm going to use that as my transition shade, so I'm just going to put it pretty heavily in the crease. Oh. Definitely fallout, but I don't mind fallout. I find that fallout usually means pigment, so I'm not too upset about it. I also do my eyes first so that if I do get fallout, I can just wipe it right off. Just using a blending brush and doing back and forth strokes in the crease. And I, of course, go a little bit above my crease because I do have a little more hooded eyes. Some fallout. And then I did zoom you guys in because we are working on the eyes so you can see a little bit closer. I'm going to take this Warmth shade and build that in the crease as well. Did I say Warmth? I meant Hot Spot. That more orangey shade. And I love warm tones, so I'm excited. These are pretty good, guys. Like, definitely blending nice. Like, I mean, I've used a $10 eyeshadow palette before, and it was not as good, so. Then just going back with that original Baked shade and kind of buffing the two together, blending it out so there's no harsh lines. Kind of funny that it's called Baked because Urban Decay actually has a shade called Baked. I mean, it's not like a matte shade like this, but still. And then I'm going to take this burn shade, a little bit deeper than that other one I just used in the hot spot, a little more red like brick. Use a smaller blending brush and do that a little bit in my crease, more on the outer part of my eye and in the outer V a little bit. I am experiencing the same amount of fallout in each of these. Like I said, fallout doesn't really bother me, but just so you know. That one isn't quite as pigmented as I wanted it to be, but we can just build it up. Then once again, going back in with the baked shade and blending it all together. Okay, so then I'm going to do my little concealer trick I like to do to put a more sheen shade on there. I am trying out a new concealer today, the ColourPop No Filter Concealer, so this is a big deal for me, guys. I don't switch up my concealer, but we're going to try it out because I've heard good things. But of course, we're going to try it on our eye right now. So just doing that little trick I normally do. Looking up. Just going a little bit above my crease so that shade's going to show up a little bit more. Okay, so I think I want to take this Flames shade and put that where I put the concealer. I think that's one of the prettiest shimmers out of there. I don't know, I'm having a hard time, but I think that's what I want to do. So we'll try it out first without getting the brush wet. Okay, not bad. So it is pretty, but I am gonna wet it just because that's what I do. And to wet it, I just use my MAC Fix Plus. I don't know if I got it too wet, but it's being weird. Okay, there we go. Fingers for the win. I'm just gonna kind of like do it softly and not go all the way up to that, and I'll do a brush to get that clean line. The lid area, majority of it, I'm gonna use my finger. So that's a really pretty color. I don't know how I feel about it. But not really the palette as much, just like what I'm doing, I guess. Okay, so I feel like my issue with it is that it's not a big enough like difference in color. I wanted to like pop a little bit more. So I think I'm gonna go in with this lit shade and kind of just build it on somewhere with my finger, since we found that works best. Okay. Oh, I'm just gonna cover that whole thing. I like this shade. Yeah, that's a little bit more popped, I guess. And then I'm also gonna try out this Ignite shade. I'm kind of just gonna build on that over here. And then just taking a brush and kind of mesh them together a little bit. Okay, and then lastly, I'm gonna go in with the Burn shade again on the outer V, just deepen it up a little bit, and then a teeny bit of Smolder. Tapping off the excess. Smolder, so that a little bit darker shade. Just a little. Oh, things got wild over there. So I'm gonna go back with my kind of clean blending brush and clean that up. I am gonna go back with Lit and kind of, because I feel like when I blend, I take away some of that like pop of pigment, so gonna touch that back up again. So we'll come back to eyeshadow after I do the rest of the face, like so I can do the under part of the eyeshadow and stuff. But for right now, that's where I'm going with eyeshadow. I am gonna do liner today since I do have a liner to test out. So the liner we're gonna test out is the Wet n Wild Mega Slim Skinny Tip Eyeliner. So it's super teeny little precise felt tips. So see, on my eye, I have to miss my scar, so I kind of have to be weird with my eyeliner on this side, because I have a little scar that will turn it into a lightning bolt. Just do the outline, and then just connect that all. Okay, so for being like a definitely affordable liner, I did like it. I'm still getting used to applying liner on camera. It's kind of hard, because normally I get in there, I'm like so close, and like, so it's kind of hard to stay in view and all that. So I am struggling with that. Hopefully my liner will get a little bit better as far as recording goes, but it was a very nice black liner. It did water a little bit in my inner eye. However, almost every liner does that. It can almost never get right in there. So really nice, really precise, great for like a nice sharp wing. However, like I said, I'm just struggling to do it on camera, but we'll get there. Practice makes perfect, right? So awesome liner, honestly. If you're looking for a good, affordable liner, I would definitely recommend that one. So now I'm just going to pop on my Tarte Goddess lashes. These are just a little bit more dramatic, but I love them. Okay, so we've got those lashes on. I am gonna let the glue dry down a little bit more before I blend my own lashes in with them a little bit more, as well as conceal the liner on top. So we'll let that happen. Really pretty though. These are lashes I have used before, so that's not a first impression, but yeah. Okay, so now we will jump into the face. Like I said, I already have an oil down. The oil is soaked up into my skin since I put it on before I did my eyeshadow. But for primer today, we are going to use the Stila Illuminating Primer. I didn't actually buy this primer, I just have a sample. I've been wanting to try it. It's been sitting in my drawer, so I'm going to try that out. And I am using the illuminating one because we are going to be using a matte foundation, which I normally don't really do because I am pretty dry. But I have wanted to try out the foundation. So I'm going to start by just throwing this on the face. Ooh, it's really soft. Moisturizer feeling. A little bit more to my nose and cheek area because I am dry. Okay, and for foundation, we are going to be using the Tarte Shape Tape foundation in the matte formula. There is a hydrating formula too. I've already tried it. I love it. But I wanted to try out the matte. This is in the shade Medium Tan Honey. And I think we're going to apply this with a brush today. I normally do like a beauty blender or beauty sponge, but I have the like brush that goes with it. So, and I've never actually used a brush like this, so we'll see what happens. So it's got this huge doe foot applicator, which I think is kind of cool. I'll just paint on a little bit. With matte foundations, I like to do like one side at a time since they can dry down a little bit quicker. Ooh. I like the brush, it's super soft. And this is definitely blending out nicely. I mean, it's a matte foundation. Nice coverage. Obviously not as much as the Shape Tape concealer, but concealers are supposed to have more pigment to them, so that's okay. I'm not gonna go too close to like where the eye is because I really want to test out the concealer that I'm trying out today. Okay, I really like this brush. It does like really quick application. So like I said, definitely matte. Pretty coverage though. It definitely evened everything out. I like her. I would say if you're wanting to try the Shape Tape foundation and you're not quite sure which one to try, since there is hydrating matte, obviously think about your skin type. However, like I said, I am a little more dry, and if you're expecting it to be more like the Shape Tape concealer, I'd go with the matte. However, the hydrating is really pretty too. It's a little more like gel-like. I'd say it's maybe a teeny bit less coverage than the matte, but I still really like it. I'm definitely here for the brush. I like it. I like it a lot. I might have to try out more of these kind of types of brushes because I've never used one before. I really like it. Honestly, some days skip my forehead altogether just because my forehead is like way darker than the rest of my face. So I feel like no matter what I put on it, it kind of just makes it look ashy or weird. And I like don't, my skin's definitely like clear on my forehead, so sometimes I just like to skip it, but okay, so for concealer, we've already did this on the eyes, but we're going to use this ColourPop No Filter Concealer. I have it in the shade medium 30. So I am going to use a beauty blender with this because that's how I normally apply my concealer, so I can actually get a real feel for how it works. It's got a cute little applicator. This guy's only like $6. So let's see. Okay, it's really like smooth feeling, and the applicator itself has a lot of like flex to it, which I kind of like. Normally I probably would have gotten a lighter shade because I do like a brighter under eye. However, of course, since ColourPop is online, it is a little bit harder to choose that, but it's not too dark, so that's okay. As long as it doesn't like oxidize or anything. Oh wait, this is pretty. Okay. Let's see, $6 concealer. Really nice coverage, blended, super easy. It's not Shape Tape, but it's pretty stinking good. Especially for a $6 concealer. Like, come on now. Even for not being a $6 concealer, like, it's nice. I mean, there's definitely a difference between the darkness under the side and then on this side, so I'd say that's pretty good. Okay, and so for setting powder today, I'm going to use the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores Illumination. A big fan of anything illuminating since I am dry, and since this was a matte foundation today, I'm excited to see how this will look over it. So when I have a little bit more of a tan, obviously, I mean, I definitely have color to me, I get nervous about translucent setting powders that like look white. Not all of them do it, but like, I mean, it did definitely make me a little bit lighter. You know, things to think about. Okay, it definitely reflects light a little bit, so that's where that illuminating is. You can see there's light reflection, so I like that. Yeah, it's definitely got sheen to it. It's pretty.
Honesty. I love these. It's like just enough caffeine, but green tea, and it's just sweet enough, and I literally buy these in bulk. They're so good.
Okay, so for my face products, I'm pretty sure blush, bronzer, and highlighter are all drugstore, so that's kind of cool. All nice and affordable, and I'm excited to try them. For bronzer, I am going to try out the Makeup Revolution bronzer in Rock On World, maybe. It's kind of more like a baked kind of looking. A lot of times I like to use my bronzers as like a double to kind of contour a little bit. I don't think this is dark enough. It's kind of just shiny. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this one. It kind of like added, I don't know if you can see, like texture to my face that I feel like wasn't there before. Ooh, we're gonna be bronzed today. But whatever, that's what first impressions are all about, right? Oh god, it literally added like weird texture to my face. Let's see if I can like zoom you in. On to blush. Today I am using the NYX blush in Amber.
Blush, brush, blush, brush. Blush, brush, blush, brush. Yeah!
Does anyone know what that's from? Okay. So I do feel like with my high-end blushes, I don't have to dig as much. It's not bad. It's a really pretty color, and it didn't go on like splotchy at all. Okay, and then here's the hard part. Highlighter. I actually have 3 different highlighters to choose from, and I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Which one? I've got like the Maybelline Master Chrome, a really pretty Wet n Wild one in Precious Petals that I've seen a lot of people use lately. And then I also have the ColourPop On My Mind Super Shock Cheek, and it's more like a, I don't know, ooh, like creamy almost? I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna try this. This could totally go really wrong. This is also out of my comfort zone because I usually only use like gold highlighters. More subtle than I thought it was gonna be. I'm not in love. I think I'm gonna go in with one of those other highlighters and just see on top of it. I mean, this will be like a nice cream base for it anyways, so I'm gonna go over it with the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Powder in Precious Petals. Oh, okay, this is better. All right, Wet n Wild. Very pretty. Still probably not as extreme as what I'm used to, but mean, it's pretty. All right, and last up, we've got lips. I'm gonna do the ColourPop Ultra Satin Lip. This came in a 3-pack, and it's the shade Mystic. I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna regret this, but. I love dark lips. My MAC Fix Plus, the Rose. I love it. Alright guys, so that is the finished look. Definitely a more warm toned, fun little thing. I didn't even mean to match my headband, but that happened, and so that's cool when life falls into place like that. There are some hits and misses for sure. Palette was pretty impressive for being a $10 palette especially. I do like how it looks. However, like I said, I don't know how I feel about the whole like ripping off another brand thing. And that's kind of shady and whatnot, but we'll get into that in another video. I really like this ColourPop lip. Super comfortable. I like how a matte lip looks. I'm so dry and it just does not work very well, and my lips are super dry right now, but like this doesn't accentuate it to the point like matte lips wouldn't work right now. I did like the foundation. It's really pretty. That concealer is really nice too. The ColourPop concealer I really do like. Probably won't take my near and dear place to my heart of the Shape Tape. I don't even know what I just said, but it is good. It's really good, especially for $6. Like, I would definitely recommend it. What else we use? I didn't love the bronzer. Yeah, it still just made it look like I have weird texture on my face, which I'm not a fan of. The eyeliner was actually really awesome. I do really like the eyeliner. I would like to try it when I'm not filming so that way I can actually see how it works, but I do like it. Blush is pretty. The ColourPop highlighter I wanted more from, so that was kind of a boop for me. A boop. Then the Wet n Wild highlighter was really pretty and did save the day a little bit. Not as extreme again as I like it, but I did like it. Also, let me know if any of these products worked for you. One product does not fit for everyone, so just because I didn't love it doesn't mean that someone else can't love it or it might not work for you. So let me know if you've tried any of these products and what you think about them, because I'm curious. Maybe I'll give them another shot. I still want to play with a few of the things. Let me know in the comments below. I'm curious. Yeah, but I do like how the look came out overall, so I'd say it was a pretty good first impressions video overall. And if you like this video and want to see more like them, definitely hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, please. Hit the bells if you want to see when I upload, and thank you so much for watching. See you next time.